Welcome Pisces to your in-depth weekly forecast for week commencing the 24th of June for the Ascendant, the Sun or the Moon. On the screen now I'm showing your event chart right at the start of the week, and we need to be mindful of your two rulers, Neptune and Jupiter. If you recall, as last week came to a close, there was a full moon. And that full moon for you was in your sector of friendship, but also your longer term plan. Anything to do with group activities and interactions with others was actually really quite blessed by that event because of the cluster of energies in your sister water sign of Cancer, and that continues to be very vibrant this week. The issue was that if you're born towards the end of Pisces, Neptune is merging into your Sun, or perhaps your Ascendant or Moon, and that can create some issues. It can feel that certain parts of our world are almost being eroded away, or we can feel a little bit confused. And particularly around a romantic situation, or perhaps to do with your future, that may have been where you've been uncertain. But ironically, as we come into this week, the moon's moved forwards and is forging an almost perfect link with Neptune. And then it's going to connect with Pluto. You could have quite an important heart-to-heart with someone later on Monday, and that can create some clarity if you weren't sure about something, and that can provide some reassurance. But also it's possible that you may see something much more deeply. But if you do, I want you to understand that the cluster of energy in Cancer is still so incredibly vibrant for you right through this week, because Jupiter, your traditional ruler, forges a great link with Venus. So those are the two planets of fortune, Venus in Cancer. And if you have been wanting to entertain at home or start a home-based business, or perhaps there's someone that's been introduced to you through someone you're very close to, like a family member, that can provide some hope. But also it may be about a property matter too. Now, as the week goes on, it's the Sun that links with Jupiter, and that gives even more uplift. But Venus and Mars, the two cohorts of romance, are also inching closer into a wonderful collaboration which reaches a peak as this week draws to a close. And Mars is in the part of your chart to do with how you articulate your ideas, and you can do so with passion and conviction at the present time. And just do bear in mind that Venus and Mars is a very dynamic link. So if you are connecting to people socially as the week goes on, I think it could be much more fun than you may imagine. But it's also true that Mercury in Cancer links very well to Saturn. That's a very solid link. If you do need to express an idea or pursue something that's important to you as an individual, a mixture of flair, the planets in Cancer, but particularly Mercury, arcs back very well to you seeming solid, reliable and realistic, which is what's going to come from Saturn. Now, ironically, Saturn is going to be slowing down in your sign from the end of this week and inverses nearly 5 degrees over the next 20 weeks through to the middle of November. Now, it just depends where you've got personal planets. If you have got any, from 19 degrees where he is at the present time, right back to about maybe 10 degrees, I think you are going to feel the coolness of Saturn. But what that will also do is help you to sharpen up thinking about what's really relevant and what you should be really focusing on, because this week actually can be great fun, could see some frivolous stuff, some jolly social interaction, but there is that more serious vibe developing by the end of the week. But I want to reassure you that what Saturn's essentially asking you to do is strip down your life to the things that are really important and don't get too caught up by different distractions. And that's part of what the code was on that full moon. It gave you a lot of choices, and perhaps of who to be with, maybe one special person, maybe an interest or a group of people. But essentially Saturn is asking you to keep it simple and really prioritise. And that's the plan for the next 5 months too. Thank you so much for joining me, Pisces. Have a great week. If you've yet to subscribe to my channel, please do so now.